certainly the #1 landmark in the city of San Antonio, the Alamo, right across the street from our hotel, by the way. Definitely worth a walk through history there. Still to come today, we've got more diving, we have track and field, we've got boxing, a report on the finals that come up tomorrow. But right now it is time for gymnastics. And to call it for us, a couple of legends from '84 in L.A., Bart Conner and Kathy Johnson.
Thank you, Ernie, and welcome to the Hemisphere Arena here in San Antonio as we're getting ready for the opening night of the women's gymnastics competition. Hi, everyone, I'm Bart Conner, and tonight we're going to be seeing competition for the all-around and team titles featuring 24 gymnasts combined from the junior and senior national teams. And joining me is Olympic medalist Kathy Johnson. And Kathy, perhaps one of the big stories of our Olympic Festival coverage here, not only in gymnastics, but of the entire festival, is the fact that Shannon Miller, the #1 gymnast in the world, is here to compete.
Bart, Shannon Miller won 3 gold medals at the recent World Championships, including the all-around title. And of course, everyone remembers she won 5 Olympic medals. And everyone here is also excited that she's chosen this competition, the Olympic Festival, to use as preparation for the United States Championships coming up in about a month, and then, of course, the World Championships next spring.
Now, in addition to Shannon, of course, 2 other fine national team members are here to compete, Amanda Borden and Carrie Strug, and they look great in the preparation for this event.
Carrie Strug is 15 years of age, and she has already competed in 3 World Championships and the Olympic Games. She won a bronze medal as part of the team at the Olympics in Barcelona, and also a silver medal in '91 at the World Championships as part of the team. I know she'd like to shine individually, and she could very well do so here at the Olympic Festival. Amanda Borden has had a terrific year of competition. She was the Olympic alternate in '92 and also the alternate again at the World Championships just this past spring. She's had a lot of difficulty in her routines. It'll be interesting to see how she competes here against Shannon and Carrie.
Well, there's a couple of famous gymnasts that are in attendance tonight. Betty Okino, world and Olympic medalist, 18 years old, now living back in Chicago, formerly of Bella Caroli's program. And, of course, Kim Zmeskal, the first American world all-around champion in 1991 and a bronze medalist in the Olympics in Barcelona. In tonight's competition, there will be 4 events: the vault, bars, balance beam, and floor exercise. 4 teams. There are 6 gymnasts on each team, but only the top 5 scores per event will count towards the team score. To the experience of Shannon Miller, who is the #1 gymnast in the world.
And the reigning world champion on this event. Watch this skill right here. She does it beautifully. One of the first to ever do it full over the bar, right into a ginger. She also has another release move coming up right here after a full pirouette, a reverse hack. Beautiful combinations of difficulty. Excellent form. Double layout. And a great landing. Beautiful exercise. And exactly what we've come to expect every single time we see this gymnast.
Well, her coach, Steve Nuno, certainly liked it. And as you mentioned at the top of the show, this meet for Shannon Miller is somewhat of a preparation for the upcoming U.S. Championships, which are about 3.5 weeks away. But also, both sides of her grandparents live here in San Antonio, so she's pumped up to perform for the family.
Shannon shows everything possible on this event. Amplitude, good form, high level of difficulty, and it's exactly why she's the world champion.
Now up on the floor exercise is 15-year-old Carrie Strug, who, interestingly enough, at only 15, has already been in an Olympics and 3 World Championships. And Kathy Johnson, she, on any given day, could be the #1 gymnast in the United States as well as the world.
This is one of her best events. In fact, she was a finalist at the World Championships on this event, and I really felt she should have placed higher. Full twisting double back. She had a little trouble in the warm-ups on that landing. That one was much better.
The score, by the way, on the uneven bars for Shannon Miller, a 9.95 to start off her all-around performance here at the Olympic Festival.
This is a new tumbling run for Carrie Strug, trying to incorporate front tumbling in the routine. This is a front with a full twist. She tumbles out of it. Carrie has been a very consistent gymnast for the United States, since the United States Championships are coming up in a month, and they really want to peak for that.
Kathy, on this last tumbling run, she shows terrific mechanics.
This shows her explosiveness. Watch how quickly she gets off the floor, right here, and into that tuck position.
On the balance beam now from Cincinnati, this is Amanda Borden. She's 16 years old, coached by Mary Lee Tracy.
Bart, you and I just saw her compete a couple of weeks ago. She did a beautiful job, and especially on this event. She's added quite a bit of difficulty in all her routines. It's a nice pass, 2 back handspring stroke. Oh, she was off on the first back handspring.
You could see it early on that she was out of line.
And Bart, then it's like a domino effect. It's very hard to make corrections in the midst of the path.
She had a terrific year in '92. She was 5th in the U.S. Championships, 4th place on this event.
I was just getting ready to say what she needs most is competitive experience to try and perfect these routines, get her confidence, so that when she gets in a big meet, she'll be consistent. Difficult dismount sequence. It's a round-off back handspring into a double back. She has to be perfectly straight. Nicely done. Very unfortunate. I've seen her do that first pass so many times perfectly that I'm a little surprised she missed the first one, and then I think it just rattled her. This is the dismount sequence. She was just right on this. Perfectly straight with the beam.
Kathy, we're so accustomed to seeing a big bright smile from Amanda Borden after an entertaining performance. Perhaps we'll get to see her best event coming up later on the floor exercise. Now we're going to go over to the vault where Larissa Fontaine is going to perform. Larissa comes from Illinois. She's 15 years old, and she has unusual gymnastics on all of her events, Kathy.
She is a very talented gymnast. High level of difficulty. Yurchenko laid out with a full twist. The best part of the vault was the landing, obviously. Good technique, nice amplitude. The dismount was the landing was outstanding.
And the score for Amanda Borden on that disappointing balance beam routine was an 8.55. The score was a 9.6 for Larissa Fontaine on that vault. So that is the end of the first rotation here at the U.S. Olympic Festival. The U.S. Olympic Festival, after the first rotation, Shannon Miller, the world and Olympic medalist, is our leader with a 9.95. Jessica Washburn tied for second with Carrie Strug. Mariana Webster from Oklahoma City is 4th, and Summer Reed is in 5th place. Now on the uneven bars, this is Eileen Diaz. She's only 13 years old, and she has an exciting routine here.
Very exciting, particularly the dismount. We were very impressed with in the warm-ups. Front giant work. Here's her release move. And a reverse hat going the other direction.
She trains down at Cypress Academy in Houston, Texas.
Now watch this dismount. This is the best part of the routine. I've never seen it done better. Oh! Double layout with a full twist, and look at that landing.
And look at that smile. She knows she hit it just right. Kathy, you're right. No one does it this well anywhere in the world.
Look at that. Beautiful laid out position. She almost flares it at the beginning, shows off that layout, and then does the twist. Exciting distance.
Now Carrie Strug on the vault, tied for second place in the all-around.
A very dynamic vaulter. There's the full and short on the landing. Bart, this is so unusual. We've now seen her in the past 2 competitions have trouble on vault, her best event, where she's normally so strong, dynamic, explosive. She was off the end of the board almost. And not enough rotation. I'm shocked. We've seen her do the vault perfectly so many times in the past.
Now up on the uneven bars, this is Larissa Fontaine. And Kathy, this is one of those really exciting routines. She has all the difficulty you need.
Amazing routine. 4 release moves. I don't think I know any other gymnast in women's gymnastics doing 4. Here's the first one, right into the second, and the third, down to the low bar.
Oh, right on top on that pirouette.
Now watch this. She'll pirouette and do a reverse hecht going the other direction.
Amazing exercise, packed with difficulty for this 15-year-old.
And an unusual dismount. It's like an Arabian double front. I've never seen that off uneven bars.
She's happy with that performance. Dan Wittenstein, the coach, and there's Leonard Isaacs, her coach back in Illinois.
I'm happy to see this in slow motion, actually. Watch this. It's a half twist, and then into the front somersault.
On floor exercise, on balance beam is Shannon Miller.
Now up on the balance beam, the class of the meet, no question about it. This is Shannon Miller, 16 years old.
She tied for a silver medal at the Olympic Games with Lu Li of China on this event. That's a new mount for Shannon. Front flip up to the balance beam, right into a dance element. It's a beautiful combination. Very difficult knee. It's a very difficult acrobatic path.
She's changed some of the elements in her routine recently, Kathy.
There's a new code of points now, and many different skills now get the higher values, so she's changed. Oh, that was supposed to be 2 layouts, and she really needed that. Well, on second thought, with the 1B rules, they're not quite as strict. That's called the Miller. She first introduced that at the World Championships in Birmingham, and they gave that an E value, which is the most difficult rating for a skill in gymnastics. We were talking to her coach, and in fact, I liked her old routine better. I thought it was more original, more beautiful to watch, but this new one is better for the rules. Full twisting double back, just a little hop on the landing. And of course, she took out that one skill. Probably she was slightly off and didn't want to do the second one. Nobody knows, though.
No question she'll score really well. This has been a big summer for Shannon Miller. Just a few weeks ago, she got her driver's license. Although it's limited, she cannot yet drive on the freeways. I think that's changed her life a little bit this summer.
Beautiful dismount. Keep in mind, this is early in the competitive season. She's just preparing for the U.S. Championships and trying to peak for that.
So that concludes our competition in the second rotation of the women's team and all-around competition here at the Olympic Festival. Carrie Struck, by the way, had a 9.4 on her first vault. Shannon Miller with a 9.725 holds the lead in the all-around over Larissa Fontaine over that great performance on the uneven bars. And in the team competition, the East holds the lead by more than a point over the West, the North in third, and the South in fourth. We'll be back for more gymnastics here at the U.S. Olympic Festival.
From the hemisphere with Bart and Kathy.
There, of course, is Shannon Miller, the #1 gymnast in the world by virtue of her World Championship performance recently in Birmingham, England. She's getting ready for competition in third rotation, but after 2 rotations, she is our leader over Larissa Fontaine from Illinois. Mariana Webster out of Oklahoma City is third, Carrie Strug in fourth, and Tracy Summer in fifth. On the floor exercise now, this is Mariana Webster. She's 14 years old, originally from Joplin, Missouri, now training with Steve Nuno in Oklahoma City. She's third in the all-around after 2 rotations, Kathy.
Trying a triple twist. She was having trouble in the warm-up. Really can't quite get that all the way around yet.
She's only 14 years old and is third in the all-around at this point, but this is perhaps the event that's going to give her the most trouble.
This is definitely her weakest event. Uneven bars was her strongest. Front with a pull into a punch front. It's a nice front combination. Oh, a little stumble.
She must be pretty nervous at this point. She is ahead of world and Olympic medalist Carrie Strug.
Carrie had some trouble on the vault, and that dropped her down in the standings. Double back. Good landing.
Up now on the uneven bars, this is Carrie Strug. The score, by the way, for Mariana Webster on the floor exercise was a 9.5, a lot higher than we expected, Kathy Johnson.
Carrie should definitely move up in the standings with this routine. She's an excellent bar routine. Beautiful combination right there. Into a pipe somersault. She has improved so much on this event, both in form and level of difficulty. Here's her second release move.
She has a great dismount coming up.
I love this dismount. It's a full twisting double back with this full twist and second somersault. And a great landing. That will score very well.
Big finish for Carrie Strug. Let's take a look once again at that full out in the double back.
Watch, she starts into the somersault, then twists on the second somersault, making it even more difficult.
Perfect landing. We'll wait on that score. The score on the uneven bars for Carrie Strug was a 9.9, and this is Shannon Miller in the floor exercise.
Now she's had a sore back, so she's taking a little bit of difficulty out of this routine. Oh, but it still looks great, and there's plenty of difficulty for this competition. This routine has definitely become a trademark of Shannon Miller. Three whipbacks here. Through to a double twist. Always a crowd favorite.
One of her gold medals at the recent World Championships was on this event.
Just to give you an idea of how difficult her routine can be, she's going to finish this routine with a double pipe. Beautifully done. Normally, she finishes the routine with the pass she opened with. Beautiful exercise.
Oh, Kathy, you mentioned she's been struggling with a very sore lower back. Right around the tailbone area, she had some irritation, and it's made it rather uncomfortable for her to perform. But in front of this crowd here, she has fired up and put together a strong performance.
And not just an ordinary crowd. She has her relatives up in the audience. It's one of the reasons she really wanted to compete here. Always a crowd-pleasing tumbling run here. It's not her most difficult tumbling pass, but the crowd loves it. 3 whipbacks in a row. Into a double twist. You can really see the perfection that Shannon strives for on everything she does. Perfectly straight legs. Always going for a great landing.
And the score for Shannon Miller, a 9.9 for that floor exercise routine. So with that 9.9 for Shannon Miller in the floor exercise, she holds the lead. Carrie Strug in second, Larissa Fontaine in third. In the team competition, the East leads over the West in second, the North in third, the South in fourth. And we'll be back with our fourth and final rotation here at the Olympic Festival. Right now, let's go back to the studio and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thanks to Bart. Miller is from Oklahoma, but San Antonio claims her as well because her grandparents live here. The 16-year-old world champion has been dazzling the folks at Hemisphere Arena. When we last left Hemisphere, after 3 rotations, Shannon Miller had the lead. They head to the final round. Let's see if she can hold on to the lead. Bart Connor and Kathy Johnson call.
Thank you, Ernie. And as we get ready for our fourth and final rotation in the women's all-around, Shannon Miller, as expected, with a strong lead over Carrie Strug, Larissa Fontaine in third, Mariana Webster fourth, and Kim Arnold in fifth. Here is Jenny Thompson at 4 feet 1 1/2 inches and 59 pounds. She's in 7th place in the all-around.
And Bart barely taller than the horse. Beautiful vault, particularly for her. This is not her strongest event because of her size, but that shows a lot of promise. She gets a little bit more power, and this event will be a lot easier. Here's the round-off entry, back handspring to the horse. Very nice technique. Once she gets a little bit stronger, it'll be better.
A lot of promise for this young lady, and certainly that's perhaps one of the exciting things about the Olympic Festival, as we get a chance to see some potential stars that are training now for the Atlanta Olympics, just 3 years away. From 12-year-old Jenny Thompson, this is 11-year-old Dominique Moceanu, who trains at Caroli's down in Houston. And Kathy Johnson, we're in for a treat. This young lady can really tumble.
She shows so much promise. Very, very talented gymnast, and she's got something very special. It's an ability to perform. She's very clean and only 11 years old.
And she's got the music of former world champion Kim Zmeskal. It's got to be good.
Bull twisting double back. That's a big pass. She was able to stay in bounds.
The score, by the way, on the vault for Jenny Thompson was a 9.3.
She had a beautiful exercise on the balance beam, showing tremendous poise and a very high level of difficulty. Whip backs through a double back. That's almost the exact pass Kim Zmeskal did when she won the world all-around title.
Hard to believe at just 11 years old, and look at her sell this routine.
And another double back in tight position. I think we're going to see a lot from this youngster. And everybody loves her here.
Her parents, by the way, are Romanian. She's training at Caroli's Elite, and of course you know what happened when Bella Caroli trained a Romanian many years ago, Nadia Comaneci, who produced the greatest gymnast of all time. So we may be looking at a future superstar.
And Bart, actually, there's something about her that reminds me of Nadia. I'm not sure what it is. Her level of concentration, her poise.
It's amazing she shows so much confidence. This pressure doesn't bother her at all. She looks like she loves it. Second in the all-around currently after 3 rotations. This is Carrie Strug. She's about a half a point behind Shannon Miller.
This is a new mount for Carrie. Beautifully done. High level of difficulty. I'm very impressed with Carrie's work on balance beam. She has improved so much, particularly with her forms and execution. It's a difficult pass. Two layout step outs. And a smile. Just a little bit quick on that skill. normally shows that plunge position in the handstand a little bit longer before she comes down. Excellent position on those loops, really showing flexibility. Nice difficult jump when her head goes back and loses sight from the balance beam.
And as you mentioned, with this new scoring system, the judges this year are rewarding those dance elements much more.
Here's her dismount. Round off double back. Great competition for her. A slight bit of trouble on the vault, but other than that, she was superb. Carey, always a very powerful gymnast, doing double back. Good landing.
Now in her second vault, this is Shannon Miller. She needs only a 9.525 to set a new Olympic Festival all-around record, beating Brandy Johnson in 1990. She should do it with this.
Very capable of a high score here. Beautiful execution in the air. Look at the landing. It's unbelievable how much she's improved in the last 2 weeks from the competition we saw her in.
Kathy, this vault is rated a maximum of a 9.8. You think she could get it?
Absolutely. Look at that flare position and her trademark landing, feet perfectly together.
And the score on that vault is a 9.8, which is essentially a perfect score for that performance, which means that Shannon Miller sets the new all-around record here at the U.S. Olympic Festival. The score on the balance beam for Carey Strug was a 9.775. So that ends the gymnastics competition here, and the team and the all-around. Let's take a look, first of all, at the team results. The East team wins handily over the North, who earns the silver. The West takes the bronze. The South in fourth place. In the all-around, Shannon Miller wins the all-around with a new festival record, beating Brandy Johnson, who set that record back in 1990. Carey Strug earns the silver, and Mariana Webster earns the bronze. And now let's go down to Kathy Johnson, who's with our winner, world champion Shannon Miller.
Thanks, Bart. Shannon, an exciting day of competition. There was no question you could win this, but you were so sharp. Everything was so near perfect. You look like your back's feeling better.
Yeah, it is feeling a little better, but this is a really fun meet to be in. It was really a team thing, and that's different for me because a lot of the meets I go into are so high pressure.
Does this get you excited? You're so prepared for USA Championships coming up.
Yeah, it does. I still know I have a lot of work to do on compulsories, so I have a lot more cleaning up to do.
The only area where you had to take a little bit out was on the floor exercise. Do you think you'll be able to get that back in time?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna start working back my tumbling again for championships.
Well, congratulations and good luck at championships.
Thank you.
Back to you, Bart.
With the grace of a figure skater and the elegance of a ballerina, and perhaps the unlikely power and strength of a power lifter, many of these gymnasts not even 5 feet tall and many less than 80 pounds. And yet every bit a world-class athlete like a Jerry Rice or a Michael Jordan. That's what it takes to be a champion gymnast. Now tomorrow afternoon we'll be seeing the top 8 finalists in the individual apparatus finals as our gymnastics coverage concludes here at the U.S. Olympic Festival. Congratulations to our winning Shannon Miller. For Kathy Johnson, I'm Bart Connor. Let's go back to the studio and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thanks to Bart and to Kathy. Earlier...